in the United Arab Emirates have raised public outcry of a restrictive labor policy that bars them from getting employed, leaving hundreds without means of a livelihood, homeless and hungry. Let's get an update now from our correspondent, Maiwa Adegoke, right there. Great to have you, Maiwa.
Good to be here.
Yeah, so just give us a brief background now. How did all of this start?
So pretty much this started last year, June. We found Nigerians reporting that they weren't able to renew their work permit. And for those seeking fresh employment, they were denied the work permit. And it's been ongoing since then. It's been an interesting situation because now you have a lot of people who are out of work, who some are even, they've become like illegal residents here because now their visas have expired and they're now in what we call overstay. A lot have had to go back home because they didn't see any hope of the situation changing anytime soon. But a lot of other people are still hanging on, hoping that something will change soon.
Right, and what's the situation now?
Well, for now, it's quite interesting, and a lot is hinged on the UAE side. So the UAE, all they have said is that this change in policy is not targeted at Nigerians. And I must also point out that not all Nigerians are being denied these work permits. You have a number of people who are getting the work permit. For instance, those who are highly skilled, whose jobs are categorized under the skill level 1 and 2. Also, those who find employment in free zones and who do not have to go through the labor agency to get work permits do not have any problem. But a lot of other people who have to go through labor permits, who do not work for government, who do not work in free zone companies, are going through this situation. And so far, from what we've heard from the Nigerian High Commission, they continue to engage with the UAE side. But at this point, honestly, it doesn't look like there's any movement, so to speak. It seems like there's a stalemate going on because on the one side, the Nigerian government put the foreign ministry as well as the High Commission here say they keep engaging and they're getting the same response. It's not targeted at Nigerians. Plus, the UAE side isn't saying much else on the matter. So now those who are caught in that mix are wondering, what is the next step to take? Is it to go back home? Is it to hang on? Should they sort of put more pressure on the Nigerian government to further engage the UAE side? It's really a dicey situation. And right. I would say that a lot of people who are stuck here may need to start thinking of exiting the country so that they do not continue to be illegal residents here, because right. Then that makes the situation even more difficult for them.
All right, Maiwa, thank you so much for the update. We'll keep tracking to see when there's a resolution to this matter. That was Maiwa Adegoke, Channel Civic correspondent, right there in Dubai.